G'day mates, welcome back to Pharaoh. Today we're going into the sister mission. Last time we did Oasis and we drove out the jackals. We managed to hold back the invading people from the south, the Nubians. This time we're heading out to Dakhla Oasis and we're going in to do order amid chaos.
Pepi has taken the throne and awarded your family with the status of Chancellor, but it has come with a price. Centralized authority continues to erode as local and regional leaders become more powerful. Harvests in some regions are far below normal, and the specter of famine has begun to appear in Egypt. Mennefer, once a splendid and beautiful city, is beginning to decline. Seers foretell difficult times to come. Our powerful neighbors are moving to take advantage of our increasing weakness. Our outpost at Buhen is under siege from fearless Kushite soldiers sent from Kerma, the largest non-Egyptian city in Africa. The Kushite are demanding tribute, and the slightest provocation could lead to an outright attack. Nubia too has issued a call to war and is seeking to reclaim lost land. Try to keep Egypt stable by establishing an administrative post at Dakhla Oasis. The Oasis has a large stand of valuable trees, but these trees unfortunately block access to the limited water supply at the Oasis. From this important location, import ebony from the African interior. Pepi, anticipating his journey to the afterlife, will request bricks for the construction of his monument. Other cities, short on food, will request sustenance from you.
Alrighty then mates, looks like we're going to be having requests for bricks and food. Pepi is still the not particularly good administrator. He is still focused on his afterlife and not bothering about the collapsing of Egypt around him. Let's head on to the city and slow time right down as per usual. Have a quick look around. This is almost heaven compared to the previous one that we had to do. We had a shocking mission at the last one. There were rocks everywhere. We have a lot more building ground here. Is that farmland? Looks like there's farmland all around here. Let's have a quick look what we can grow. Grain and barley, and it appears to be, I think it's surrounding the entire oasis. Let's have a quick, it's all up here as well. Oh, brilliant. We can place farms anywhere we want, practically. Anyone that's green land is beautiful, beautiful farmland. We can grow grain and we can grow barley. So we have food and beer. We have clay for pottery. Look at that, we have everything. It's been a long time since I've had all the basics at my fingertips. Just one quick check, what population? We're up to 5,000 people. So we're going for a very big city this time. Culture and prosperity are both fairly high as well. So we're going to be asking for a particularly big series of stuff. We're going to need a small obelisk as well, and we cannot quarry the stuff here. That is going to be something that will stand in our way. Anyway, one more thing before we go in, we're going to have a quick look at the gods. We have 3 of them here, and Ptah, our patron god of craftsmen. We will see what happens here. Anyway, I'm going to cut back once I've figured out how I'm going to approach this. Okay, the city outline is basically set up. We are very low on cash. We haven't actually gone into debt yet, so we still do have our emergency funds available, and I think we are going to need those very soon. But we have our basic main housing block set up. We've got another little one set up planned up over here, and I've got the little 3x3 marker where I'm planning on having the obelisk later on. Also got a festival square spot set aside. I have sort of in the last couple of missions fallen out of favour of actually building it into the city, and this time I would like to actually remember where I'm planning on using it, and that will be a main thoroughfare. I'm going to have granaries and stuff up here, organising food for these 2 areas. Down here as well, I've got a little mini housing block that is not very fleshed out for the time being. It's essentially glorified feeder housing. It's where I'm going to have all of my, I guess my farms are going to be fed from here. And probably going to get, judging from this is where the migrants are coming in. I suspect the traders will come from here as well. So I'm going to attempt to have as much industry down this direction as possible. We'll see how that goes. Okay, 60 Debons left. We are just about to duck into debt. And since that's about to happen regardless, there is no way we can actually make any money. I'm going to use it to go out and open a trade route with Saqqara. Saqqara is 1,250 Debons. That is a lot. Absolute huge amount. And they're going to buy a lot of different things from us. The downside, of course, is that they're probably going to be buying, bricks, pottery, and wood will be the main exports we will be relying on early on, possibly papyrus later. The downside here is they're one land trade route and they are very, very far from the entrance to our city. So I don't expect to be able to sell all of this in 1 year, but hopefully we can get the wood and possibly the pottery and bricks later on as required. So let's dive into debt and let's open up and export all the all the wood we can. And here we are selling off all this beautiful, beautiful timber. It is, oh, look at that money roll in. So they have to come. There's another one right behind him. Excellent, even better. So we've sold off 1,600 timber so far. So they've come all the way from over here, the far, far southwest corner. They come all the way across here. They're going to have to buy our timber. And then unfortunately they've got to walk all the way up here to the northeast to actually leave the place. So there's 3 of them. That's good. So we've actually probably sold all the timber we're going to for the entire year. No, we haven't. So we're obviously not producing it fast enough. This will, though, we'll have a maxed out storage yard non-stop all the time. Next up, I think we're going to have to work onto food, and that can be easily done with a couple of sneaky hunting lodges, what I'm going to start with, I think. I will move into grain in the near future. And here we go, nice juicy 25% unemployment rate. I think what we can do, this is going to shoot up as well when we do get the hunters back here to actually drop off the food. We'll be able to level this up and that will shoot our unemployment even further. So we've currently got 94 unemployed people. That will be very much higher. I think it's going to be worthwhile getting onto pottery and bricks in the near future. So let me think about this. Pottery is going to require clay. We can probably set this up somewhere along here. Although if we're going to be selling it, it might be nice to have it further south down here. And bricks are going to require the straw as well, which we can also use as a food source. We can throw another big granary down here somewhere. So I'm thinking this is a nice big farming area, although I don't want to... I've got a few things to think about. The main one is going to be where we're going to get the water lift put in. Let's just have a quick look at the water lift. It requires a 2x2 bit of shore. That's probably... yeah, the only reasonable spot I think I can find, short of bulldozing a bunch of trees as the mission suggested, but I definitely want to avoid that if at all possible. Okay, it's already March. We've gone from 53 Debons in debt up to 5,000 in the black. This timber is extremely valuable. I have actually opened up another trade route to On. They'll buy another 1,500 bits of timber or wood per year, which again they've already done in the 3rd month of the year. So we're doing pretty well. Money is not really the issue here. We've got a bunch of grain going up here and they're dumping it in. I'm actually going to need to make this a getting warehouse. You're going to get maximum grain if at all possible. You are going to be a getting warehouse for game meat. So with that, I think we can start feeding our people. Let's have a quick check of the unemployment. We've got 12 unemployed people. It's time to shoot that through the roof so we can actually move on to pottery from here on out. And here we go, first request of the game, 1,800 wood. We have loads of wood. It's only April. Okay, that's why haven't got a max yard just yet, but that will fill up very, very quickly. And we have here, what's that? That's grain and there's straw coming up. So the straw is going to be coming up to the, what do you call them here, the brickworks. We've got 5 brickworks going along here and 5 beautiful little potters who do not have all the employees they need just yet, but we are working on that. And over here we've got the, I suppose, the clay yards, everything going up, and we're going to start evolving some more of this housing. This is interesting, 1,200 meat as a gift. I suppose we can use it for food. I don't imagine it will hang around for very long, but it's been thrown into this yard at least. There you go, 1,200 meat in there. Not sure what we'll do with it, but it'll feed our people at the very least. A request for 600 grain. This is a little bit out of the blue. We do not have that much grain stored up just yet, so I'm actually going to have to make this an emptying warehouse and tell you to actually get maximum just for the time being. Thankfully, we're not feeding anybody on grain. Okay, I've tested out my theory and it appears I am correct here. These let's go back to normal mode. The water lift and farms have absolutely no risk of fire or collapse. So I actually don't need to have people out here patrolling. They only need labour access. And, 2,000 people, beautiful. They only need labour access and that is it. That they are pretty much content with that. Ooh, trade route. Okay, Dakhla Oasis has opened up because we accepted 1,200 slabs of meat. Let's have a quick look at what they will do. They'll buy beer, again good, and pottery, useful. They'll sell us more food, which could be useful if we're going to keep expanding. We do need quite a large population on this one. And actually, I think we're going to need granite. They may well be the only source of granite. So I'm probably actually going to open them up immediately. And I'm going to jump into a granite import. We're going to import until we have 100 blocks is what we need, which is going to be 3 and a bit yards. Okay, nice beautiful 19% unemployment, and it's time to actually put that to good use. What we need here now is a scribal school. So what we can do is actually import a whole bunch of, what do we want? We want reeds. Where can we get reeds from? Probably from own. Yeah, they'll sell us a hell of a lot of reeds. So we're gonna go, where are we gonna go? We're gonna go reeds, import up to, I think 1600 is a good one. And I can do my old little 2 storage yard trick, which will allow me to basically supply enough of the buildings. Well, this mission has been a load of fun so far. I have thrown in a couple more grain farms. I'm preparing to level these guys up even further. They require a second type of food, and we really just weren't producing enough grain from this little crappy thing down here to feed all these people 2 types of food. So we're going to be able to provide now, basically get these up to halfway each. And these are, they're talking something like 83% fertile. This is a lot of fertility in this central area here when you can really get it close to the yellow tufts. For example, some of these down here are only 42% fertile, so they are really on fringe ground down there. We have sufficient reserves of beer and everything by the looks of things. Yeah, more than enough beer. I mean, if we do need it, looks like we could just throw down more brewers. The real thing we're going to need now is it's going to be linen, I think. We're going to need linen coming in very, very shortly. So that'll be the next thing I look at. I'm not entirely sure where I can do that. And based on the amount of cash I've got, it may actually be, it's probably going to be more simple to just import linen directly. Where can we get linen from? Neckin will actually sell us it directly. I probably could, what am I thinking? I could probably, I'm going to want 3200. Here we go. I could, a lot of different things I could do. I could use it to absorb all my unemployment. I haven't actually used any work camps yet at all, but I believe we have enough. Let's have a quick look. We actually do have enough for the obelisk, so we're going to stop importing granite for the time being. We're not going to need any more, and I can throw down that and begin to use up all my unemployment. But to do that, first of all, we're going to do a storage yard. We're going to throw it right there, and you're going to accept nothing but linen. Okay, it's time to throw this baby down there. We're going to clear out this center bit here, and let's just dunk it straight in. The small obelisk should look beautiful there. I have left this little entrance, which I can block off at a later date if required. So to do the construction, we're going to need carpenters guilds. So I'm going to throw you guys down here. I've got a lot of space. There we go, near all the timber. And we're going to need some stonemasons guilds, and I'll just put you guys up here for the time being. At 4 of you, that should be sufficient. There we go, the obelisk is all nicely done. It's going to sit up there in the middle, just looking spectacular. Right in the middle of the city, I do like the look of that. This is a fairly well-developed city. I've got a little bit more space for industry here, but I don't think I'm going to end up using it for that. I may well just fill it up with gardens, just to give it that full, complete feel. This stuff up here as well, I may even throw a couple of statues in. Let's try and make this look nice. And here we are, fancy residences, absolutely beautiful. They've got a little bit of variety to them, which is nice. They don't all look the same. These guys are still common residences. We haven't had the 2 types of food reach that far around. We have here as high as we're going to go. We can go and actually get them some jewelry or ebony, but that is not something I'm really going to bother with. I don't tend to like the high scribe housing. I really like keeping it common housing, just because I'm lazy as a general rule of things. I don't tend to really go up the high level stuff. I know I will have to as we get to the further missions, but it's not something that I have a great deal of joy building. They just sort of things I do for the hell of it. Well, this is a sneaky request. 500 luxury goods being requested. That is not something that I actually have. Thankfully, we can import them as required. The issue with this is that I'm very likely to convert my housing. I think they become scribes when I have a single luxury good. We're going to see what happens anyway. I'm going to import to maintain, let's go to 1600. And what I can actually do, if I slow time down a little bit, if I make you only accept up to half linen, and I'm going to make you luxury goods the other half, I'm going to wonder if this will actually evolve or not. It may well absolutely tank my employment, in which case I can get rid of them. Yes, we will send you off. We have got the cash for it. Cash isn't a problem, but are they going to evolve? Yes, they have. They've all evolved into spacious manors. That's not good because we're going to need a lot of employees. Okay, let's see what we can do here. What can I actually do to claw back some unemployment? Alrighty, the city is currently short 150 employees, and that is going to get worse before it gets better. To basically counter that, what I've done is I've thrown down a big housing block down here. This is actually, I suppose, a good impetus. I really do need the additional population. I believe we need 5,000? Yeah, we need 5,000 people. So this will allow us to finish off the entire mission. We'll actually get everything we need. So I'm actually glad that it gave me the kick up the arse that I really needed. Okay, here we go. This place is looking absolutely beautiful. We'll throw down a courthouse as well there, and throw down a tax collector. And just before I forget, the gods are all happy, but I will throw down a couple of shrines to them just in case. Okay, and with that we watch the final bit of population come in, and we should be able to go onwards to victory as soon as that comes in. We are so close. So very close. And come on guys, just move in any minute now. There we go guys, onwards to victory.
While Egypt falls apart around you, you have managed to hold your city together. These skills will serve Egypt well in the difficult time to come.
That was a spectacular mission. I had so much fun playing that one. It was quite peaceful. It was an enjoyable sort of mission. The requests were not particularly too hard. The amount of cash I had rolling in was obscene. I finished with nearly 50,000. That was after dumping thousands and thousands into luxury goods and a number of other imports. Didn't even bother producing linen. I just bought it all straight in. So anyway, that's it. That is the end of the Old Kingdom. Egypt is collapsing around us, but at least some of our people are living out in the little oasis in the lap of luxury. It's time to move onwards to something bigger and better. Take care.